what I discovered when I started researching this was the technological change that's been going on to protect cars against theft. And so first we had, for example, LoJack, which is this tracking device that is hidden on cars if the owner chooses to buy it for $700. And that LoJack device will track where the car is. If it's stolen, the police can switch it on from remotely and then find out what chop shop the car ended up in or what boat it ended up on. And as a result, the police in cities that have this LoJack capability have been able to shut down the chop shops and really stop car theft rings. The problem is, why would I spend $700 to buy one of these things? It doesn't change my insurance rates in most districts, and there's no particular payoff. I know if my car is stolen, probably will be a write-off, but I'll get paid by my insurance company. So the incentives are out of line with the great social payoff that's associated with it, but it's big. All right, so then we have the immobilizer. The most recent device that has been added to vehicles. About 85% of all cars now have an immobilizer when they are manufactured, which makes them essentially theft-proof. So it's not possible to start a car that has an immobilizer unless you have the key. And of course the keys these days are these fancy gizmos that have electronic chips in them and all kinds of things. And so unless you have the right electronic chip, you can't get past the immobilizer. And as a result, new cars are not going to get stolen unless it's by people who first have gotten their hands on the key. And this has had a huge effect on auto theft rates. So that's private action of a different kind, where it's the manufacturers who've come up with this and made a really big difference. It's eliminated joyriding and theft by teenagers, hot wiring, all of the stuff that is part of the lore of growing up as a teenage boy is pretty much been eliminated during that. So those are sort of specific examples that I think get reproduced in other areas as the technology of alarms and signals and all kinds of things have become more and more sophisticated.